Alright, Chapter 5 Pest Management Policy. Protect the real property and health of soldiers, civilian, and family members from pests that use the integrated pest management strategy. Reduce use of chemical pesticides. Reduce environmental risk from pesticides through the proper storage, handling, application, and disposal of pesticides. 5.2. Legal and other requirements listed below are statutory law regulations applicable to the Army Pest Management Program, Section 136, Title 7, U.S. Standard Code, Title Department of Defense Instruction 4157, M and P 41750, Department of Defense Instruction 4715.5, AR 45. 40-5, 420-10, AR38-10, and AR210-50 for overseas installation for the country specific to the final governing standards requirements. 5.3 Major program goals: monitoring and control compliance with the posted threat of the health and safety of the installation, population maintenance, control, pest management plans of the installation, minimize the use of pesticides that through appropriate services, methods, and programs ensure the pesticide applicators are appropriately trained, certified, developing, ensures forcing, measuring, properly, safely guard pesticides application equipment for the installation, pesticide security, ensure all pesticides waste is properly disposed of. 5.4 Program requirements. Preparing integrated pest management program (IPMP) defines pest management requirements for responsibility resource needed to correct pest problems for each of the established installations, coordinated with the installation integrated pest management plan. With effective parties, the Department of Defense issue 4157 to conduct the IPM programs in accordance with the planned approval of the Garrison Command of National Guard Bureau, Army National Guard Installation Management Control Command, Korea International Installation Management Control, Europe, as appropriate, establish the procedures to store, secure, handle, and apply disposal management pesticides that are consistent with the Army safety and security requirements of the Department of Defense issue 4150.7, conduct periodic program reviews of the installation using pest management professionals to ensure regulatory compliance with the correct any deficiency of the defensive instruments 4150, ensure Army military civilian personnel who apply supervise the application of pesticides of Army facility installation during their contingencies will be trained and certified in accordance with the Department of Defense certification standards. Non-Department of Defense personnel, including state employees and contractors who apply supervise applications of pesticides on Army facilities and installations will be trained and certified by the states where they are applicable, where the Army facilities or installation is located. Quality assurance evaluators to develop and review the management contract specifications or assessment performance of those contracts will be trained in accordance with the Department of Defense policy and guidance for the Department of Defense issuance 4157. Maintaining archive records and reports of all pesticide applications and operations to be made with all the facilities grounds, including those performed with the contract tenant and supervised activities, leases, per formal agreement to those installation facilities, baseline enclosure cleanup program for closing overseas installations. Ensure installation self-help programs are cost-effective, promotive in the installation pest management approach of the control of minor nuisance pests throughout the unauthorized pest management material equipment awareness for the training and record-keeping requirements. Ensure requirements of aerial pesticide applications over to the Army lands of the control of the pesticide, medical, and economic, other emergencies, urgencies, military significance are addressed. The aerosol spray statement needed for submitted by the U.S. Army Environmental Command. Installation Management Command Korea, Installation Management Command of Europe, as appropriate, the Department of Defense issuance 4150.7. Ensure the pest management commercial solicitation is incorporated with the Army requirements for the application and safe handling of the pesticides for the U.S. Army Environmental Command, National Guard, Army National Guard, Installation Management Korea, Installation Management Command of Europe, as appropriate for the technical review of the prior solicitation of the Department of Defense Instruction 4150.7, 4150.7M, 4150.7P. Appoint Installation Pest Management coordinated with the Installation Management Pest Control Management Coordinator of the Department of Defense issuance 4150.7. Cultural Resources, Chapter 6.